Race 1 also kicks off the early pick 5. This is becoming one of my most favored bets. It's a mandatory payout on the pick 5 with the same low takeout as that late pick 5. Industry low, 12% takeout on both pick 5s. I'm hitting the all button twice with 2 singles there on the pick 5. Race 1, I'll go all in a nice maiden special weight event. And then race 2, just going with the 3-7. I'll key on the 2, Dancing Lucy, in great form for a red-hot trainer, Hugh McMahon. And then I'm going to key on the captain in race 4, Captain's Affair, for the always powerful Arnaud Delacour on the grass. And we'll hit the all button again, race 5. Races 1 and 5, 2 very nice maiden special weight races. Let's take a look here at the openers. This 2-year-old fillies on the bowl game, 5.5 furlongs. Let's take a look at a video here. The 8 Tribal Transit. I picked this 2-year-old filly from the Cal Lynch barn. I pick her second, an impressive debut, I thought, in a tough race here. And here she's running for Cal Lynch back on September 17th. They bet her down to 5-1 that day. She made a nice rally on the inside with Sheldon Russell aboard. She gets up for a good second. Misty on point, a sharp winner that day. So I think she gets a nice outside post today. We get the leading rider of the meet, Trevor McCarthy, aboard Tribal Transit. A good-looking performance in the debut. I pick her second here in the opener.
Yeah, it was a good race. I pick her second as well. She got in good position around the turn, had to kind of navigate between horses late. Down inside, not maybe always the most favorable spot, especially in your debut run, but she continued very willingly to the wire. I like the way she kind of drug her rider into a good position by the time they hit midway on the turn. I'm going to take a shot with the firster, though, La Parisienne for trainer Arnaud Delacour. He could be in for a big day with Forrest Boyce. These two hook up at a really good clip. Just kind of maybe going for the outsider here. A couple of these horses that have run, they were very difficult for me to separate. Tribal Transit, Perennial, let's see, Storm and Babe in there. Tough horses to really separate. This could be a blanket finish, but the firster, let's give it a shot. La Parisienne, I believe we've got the mare was 2 for 10 with, I'm sorry, Delacour 2 for 10 with 2-year-old sprinters on the turf. So he doesn't run a lot of 2-year-olds, you know, especially sprinting on the grass. So it's a smaller sample through the last couple of years. It was an unraced mare here, Claire Smile, but kin to 3 turf winners is La Parisienne. I think the workout pattern, very strong. She's ready to go. And as you say, jockey trainer percentage, very high.
Yeah, a bunch of bullet works popping out on the paper at you. You mentioned the jock trainer combo. They're 42% with a positive ROI. I respect the connections. I think I passed on her. She has that inside post for the debut. But Forrest Boyce, one of our top riders here, riding for a good barn. So you get a nice, 9-2 morning line, and then she probably will take action at the window with these connections.
With this barn, no doubt. She may not end up favorite, but I don't think she's going to get above 5 or 6-1.
All right, I like the outside post that the Michael Trombetta first-time starter is going to get. The 10, Quick as a Wink, 2-year-old filly by Broken Vallis, is a nice, typical homebred from the Live Oak plantation operation. Some bullet works at Fairhill. And then what I like, they brought her down here to Laurel Park and gave her 2 nice works from the gate here at Laurel Park. The Dam, she was 3 for 7 with Win with a Wink by Dixieland Band. She was 3 for 7, made over $125,000. She won a New York stake going 7 furlongs on the dirt. She won her first 3 races. So if Quick as a Wink can be anything like her mom, she'll come out running. She's a half to Vicarious One, who made $138,000. The mare hasn't thrown any turf winners yet, so maybe that's the only question mark. But we're getting Louis Garcia for Mike Trombetta here. Nice 8-1 price.
Yeah, Broken Valves. They can run on broken glass. They can go on any surface. Real nice, versatile stallion. I'm going to also throw in Perennial, the 9 for Jason Egan. Pretty encouraging debut. Closed up a lot of ground late. Should get a good circling trip in here today. Discreet Deceit, second place finisher. You know, has run 2 good races. That's a good key horse to use in this race. But this is going to be a tight one. I think this could be a really good finish. Really good opener on today's card.
Yeah, I'll throw in the 3. Storm and Babe. It was a good third. Came with a nice rally in the debut. Was third behind Tribal Transit. So Victor Carrasco aboard for Dale Capuano. Yeah. So I hit the all button there in a nice maiden special weight. Race 1 to kick off the early pick 5. Race 2 starts the first of 3 pick 4s this afternoon. We're on the main track, mile and a 16th here. Starter allowance company starter 25, optional claiming 25,000. The 3 Bronze Bull, you get Trevor McCarthy aboard for Cal Lynch. A good second last out in a state bred allowance race up there at Monmouth. And really, that's the best dirt race we've seen so far from this 3-year-old son of Bulls Bay. If he can turn into something similar to that performance today with the lead rider, I think we both like the 3 Bronze Bull.
Yeah, I think he'll make a steady progression question from off the pace. Colm on Fire is the inside speed. The one, Jeezum Jim to the outside. I think these kind of go out, set the pace. I like Jeezum Jim a little bit, stretching out for the first time for a trainer that's doing very well right now, Gary Capuano.
Yep.
I don't know if he'll be able to sustain after he hooks up with Colm on Fire. I think he can maybe hedge to the lead, but he's going to have to look in his rearview mirror for the 3 Bronze Bull. Bronze Bull comes just out of a tougher race up at Monmouth Park. I know it was a state bred, but these are horses that have won a lot of races.
Right.
This is a 2 in life. Brother Chubb, the winner's a 4-time winner. 79er, a horse we've seen around here run well for Open 7500 Company, is a 9-time winner. Proven horses, gets the right kind of ride. I think Trevor's in for a big day today.
All right, Trevor McCarthy, our leading rider. He's always in for a big day here. I'll throw the 7, Sir Luca Richard in there. A big, a nice, impressive win against Maiden 10 Company. That's a soft race, but Kieran McGee claimed this horse. Sir Luca Richard, we get Angel Serpa aboard. McGee 24% first off the claim. This horse is going to have to step it up, but did look good destroying that Maiden 10 Company last out.
Yeah, won pretty easy. Got a pretty good pace to run into. Came home pretty steadily. The wide Middle English came back to run okay. Yesterday set the pace, which was unusual. I thought he'd come from off the pace. But Sir Luca Richard, the only negative I can find, Pecoraro, guys don't reach in and do it really well when they claim off of him. That's one thing we can kind of look at with the formula. Now, you've got a proven claiming trainer, Kieran McGee. He may go ahead and buck that trend.
All right, nice race 2 there to kick off the early pick 4. Race 3, we get back out to the turf. We're on the Exceller turf course here for the 3rd. Going 5.5 furlongs with the rail at 70 feet. Nice wide open, claiming 25,000 for filly mares 3 and up. Let's take a look here at the 2, Dancing Lucy. Her last win back on September 17th here at Laurel Park, and this was the 3rd win off the claim here for owner Toby Roth. Hugh McMahon now with the horse, and Hugh McMahon has won the 3 races this year. Dancing Lucy wins by a head here over Summer Frock Dare to Be, who was 3rd in this race, would come back to win. Victor Carrasco aboard here. The barn's on fire. Hugh McMahon over 30% winners so far for the meet. Dancing Lucy, she's 4 wins, 3 seconds, a 3rd from 9 starts here on the grass at Laurel Park. With the inside post doesn't bother me too much here. Victor Carrasco has enough.
Laurel Park. I think she's going to draft in and get a really good trip as the 2 horses to her inside will go ahead and clear of her. Right. I think she can sit in mid-pack and make a grinding run.
I like her. I think this is a nice class drop for this mare. She's in, well, it's no dual condition, no allowance condition here, but she's won this 2 other than optional 25 before. So Kevin Gomez, how strong is this? Number 3 right now in the jockey standings in a tough veteran jockey colony. The apprentice Kevin Gomez having a whale of a meet, 3rd leading rider. So he's on the 3, Charm City. We both like that runner. And then I throw the 9 into the mix on the outside. Pret Sei, Jevion Toledo should get a trouble-free stalking trip from the outside here for trainer Lacey Gaudet. A good second last out in the slop. Time before the Jamila was pretty tough. The Open 25 at Saratoga, that was a good effort up there. I'm just thinking a 9 can get a good trip here.
This is definitely a spread race. I think this is wide open. This reminds me of that Daniel Ledoux race yesterday where multiple horses had a shot to win. You could talk me into quite a few. See what happens is even a bomb that can, on her best day, can jump into it. I'm going to also use a Wake today. She kind of had to do the dirty work running up into Trisha's Wish last time. That just did her in. She needs to get maybe stalled a little bit in traffic around the turn, maybe covered up. Trevor hopefully can kind of get her tucked inside, sitting and not really in the clear making the first run. That's a tough run to make in turf races. So hopefully she can kind of sit a little bit longer before making that run.
And you get a nice 12-1 price there on the 6 with the leading rider, McCarthy, aboard. For the always capable Robbie Bales. Let's turn the page here. Race 4 kicks off. Another pick 4, the second Pick four, it's a nice race here, wide open, claiming 25,000 for the boys, going a mile and a 16th here on the bowl game, turf course with the rail at 17 feet. Let's take a look here at the captain's last win. This was at Pimlico, early June for Captain's Affair. My top pick, my best bet of the day today. This is at Pimlico, June 3rd, in a tough 3 other than allowance condition. He beats the likes of English Minister in this race. I Play Every Day, who would come out of this race to win. He came with a 6-7 wide move with Louis Garcia aboard this day. Gets up for Arnaud Delacour, sharp 87 buyer on Louis Garcia back aboard today. The Saratoga race, it's tough up there at the Spa, right? Delaware, it's a rough turf course, so I'll give him an excuse for those last 2 efforts. Now we're getting blinkers on today. Louis Garcia gets back aboard, and we're getting a nice 3-1 price.
Yeah, agreed. Last time out, my enigma just kind of walked the dog on the front end at Delaware, and say a lot of horses don't take to that surface. Was stymied in traffic at Saratoga down around the quarter pole against a good field. He's a horse that's always kind of teased you a little bit. He looks like he was going to be like a stakes caliber kind of horse. He just couldn't quite get there. This move is the right move. The blinkers keep him a little bit closer. The barn does well with this angle. I don't want to see him too far back in here, as it doesn't look like there's a ton of speed. Hopefully maybe 4 or 5 lengths off of it at most by the far turn. Then he can kind of churn him on down. I like Unbridled Giant, the 8 coming in from Parks for trainer Randy Allen. This is a horse that's faced some good horses. 2 back, a good just missed second to Class and Cash. We've seen that horse run well. I think he just missed the Top of Mind, a horse that's done well in Stakes Company. He's got that right kind of running style for this field. I think he can get first run on the pace, and I think the pace is going to maybe be between the 3, North Star Boy, and the other Delacour horse against the one. Maybe Captain's Affair getting a target with the stablemate, the 7 against the win. Maybe try to fool this horse first time stretching out. He's been gritty in some sprints. If he gets the right kind of flow up front, I think he can go a long way.
Talking about the 6, Team Tim, getting on the turf, going long here for Tim Keefe.
I'm sorry, I got the wrong number, Stan. It was a 7 against the win. 5-8-7. 5-8-7 in that one. My bad.
Okay, all right. Well, it's still Arnaud Delacour, Trevor McCarthy, strong connections there. I'll throw the 3 North Star Boy in there. Victor Carrasco aboard for Niall Seville. Should get a ground-saving trip here from the inside. The race up there at Parks may be too tough most recently, but last time we saw this horse at Laurel, tough 2 other than. The horse was in front a good 3rd that day in a tough upper-level allowance race.
He's hooked some killers. You look even back last summer, Talk Show Man last spring. He only beaten 2 lengths. Interesting kind of what's going to be the tactics. He's going to try to go steal it. He might be able to sit from just off of it and go ahead and make a move. But like I say, Niall Seville trying to get off the snide.
All right, let's get a commercial break. When we come back, race 5 kicks off the Rainbow Pick 6. Nice carryover, a little over $1,600. We'll start with that when we come back.
Don't miss Maryland's Day at the Races, Saturday, October 22nd at Laurel Park. Come party with friends on Jim McKay Maryland Million Day. It's the celebration of Maryland's horses. Great fun for fans of all ages. Gates open at 11 for an exciting day of racing. Great entertainment on the track and a collector's cap, too. Don't miss out on the fun at Laurel Park, Saturday, October 22nd. For more information, visit MarylandMillion.com or MarylandRacing.com. See you at the races.
Welcome back today at the races here at Laurel Park. Stan Salter, Keith Fustel. What's going to be a beautiful Saturday afternoon here. 10 live races. First race starts at 12:30. We have 6 races on the grass. Nice carryover in today's Rainbow Pick 6. A little over $1,600 starts in race 5. There's a carryover, $1,652. Let's take a look here at my Pick 6 ticket starting in race 5. I'll go 5 deep here in the opener. A tough maiden special weight for 2-year-olds. I'll use the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. King on the 1, Tracy Island. Trevor McCarthy is going to get a nice trip for trainer Jane Sabelli there in race 6. And I'll go 2 deep in races 7 and 8, going 3 deep in race 9. That's a nice allowance feature of the day there, race 9. And then the last race, maiden 10 going short. Anything can happen. I'll go 6 deep in there. So I'm spread out in the first and the last leg and narrow it down there in the middle, $72.
Yeah, everybody's going to have I'd love to see the way some of these Pick 6 tickets and Pick 5 tickets are going to be constructed today, because the fields are kind of all over the place. Race 8, you've got 2 horses. Hats off to you, man. I think I got 7 in my late pick 4 ticket. That's a really tough race 8.
I love it. Is she it for Linda Albert on the drop there at 10 to 1?
I've got her in there.
In race 8.
Okay.
All right, race 5 is a very nice maiden special weight, 2-year-old, 6 furlongs on the main track, I'm going to go with the 5, Twin Valor on top. Speaking of Linda Albert, nice win yesterday in the feature here, the allowance feature yesterday with triple burner. I'm going to go with Linda Albert here with the 5, Twin Valor. They bet this 2-year-old colt by Into Mischief. I think you liked this horse in the debut.
I did.
And they bet the horse down to 7-1. He didn't break too well. He had an inside post, and he went to the lead. I thought he hung on for a credible fourth there in a tough field. That was in the slop. With second-time starters trainer Linda Albert, 18% with a nice positive ROI. Caramano stays aboard. I think a better outside post. We're getting a fast track, and we both like the 5, Twin Valor.
Agreed, Stan. I thought this horse, you know, what tipped me off, $70,000 purchase at 2-year-old sale. Linda, I mean, you just don't see this barn with those kind of horses, a lot of them. She does well with even, you know, I don't say lower quality, but I mean, she's a value type of trainer and gets the most out of her horses and does a great job doing it. For them to kind of go ahead and throw that kind of money around, they must have really liked this horse, a good individual. And
they're looking for another water cannon.
Yeah. Broke a step slow, was sent up into a pretty good pace and really got some good seasoning, I think, out of that debut. As you said, didn't really throw in the towel till very, very late. Positioned a little bit better to the outside, can maybe track the speed. I expect Blackjack Buster to maybe improve a little bit. Had an excuse, bobbling, made a little middle move down inside. If he comes back to the race at Delaware, it could be all over. But no, I like Twin Valor here. Ella Reeb is kind of getting better. Really is going to get better with, I think, as the races get longer. And Hard Work is an interesting first of the 3 for Tony Dutrow. $220,000 purchase. 5 foals out of this mare Bend, all winners. I have to Clearly Now, who was 2 for 3 at the age of 2 and earned over $1 million.
Oh, yeah. Well, I like the 6, 5, 6 Cold Exacta here. In race 5, the 7, Crafty Sam for the Red Hot Barn, and Hugh McMahon. He gets that good outside post. Some decent works here at Laurel Park. By Quality Road, I have a Not for Love mare, so Howard Bender, Maryland bred. So some good, I like the pedigree there. Javion Toledo gets aboard. Nice 10-1 price on that first-time starter. Race 5, a competitive maiden special weight race to kick off the Rainbow Pick 6. Race 6 is going to kick off the late Pick 5 with that industry low 12% takeout. We get back out to the Exceller Turf Course, going a mile in a 16th with the rail at 70 feet. This is a filly mare, 3 and up. Never win 2 lifetime, claiming 16,000. I think the 1, Tracy Island, Trevor McCarthy, Jane Sabelli, 42% here at Laurel Park with a positive ROI. McCarthy's going to get a beautiful ground-saving trip here on this 3-year-old filly who broke her maiden here. She was as the favored last out, had a nice trip that day, and I think she gets a nice similar trip today from the 1 hole.
You got a lot of horses just kind of floundering, trying to get their second lifetime win. She got her first win and only her 3rd start. That was the second time with blinkers. This is the right, good, aggressive move for the barn. Internal fractions last time too, Stan. They were quicker than Corvus, than the boys in that A other than. And the final time was only 2/5 off of the final time of that race. It's a good spot. I'll be shocked if somebody doesn't try to reach in and grab this 3-year-old filly. That's a good race. And yeah, she's tactical enough. There's not a lot of speed in here. He can go to the front or sit just off of it and gets it done, I think, at a short price.
I'll throw a 15-1 shot in there for the Exacta. The 8, Wire Wand for trainer Carl Duran. Fergal Lynch aboard, and Lynch was aboard last time when this filly broke her maiden at 18-1 here. Maiden 16, so she's facing winners for the first time. Didn't get the best by her in that last win, but it was a good-looking win. She had to break from the 11 hole that day, and she should get a nice trip here today. Just throwing a price in there for the Exacta.
Yeah, and that's what you kind of got to scramble for in here. I mean, I might even toss the 3 Olympic medalist in second time off of a layoff. Shift for Magician, I think she was a little bit too close. Her and Cosmopolitan Girl coming out of that same race September the 16th. A little bit better field. Shirley's Curls when she blew up the tote. Capuchin, who we've seen has kind of knocked on the door. A little bit better race to the 6 and 7 come out of. Shift for Magician, I think she's going to come from a little bit further back. She might have been too close to the pace last time.
We both like the 6 Cosmopolitan Girl. Getting a class drop here from that starter allowance to life to this race here. Got in all kinds of trouble that last race. So she's on the drop here for strong connections. Carrasco aboard for Hugh McMahon.
Yeah, claim really hasn't panned out as of yet, but she's properly spotted, no doubt.
All right, race 7, we get back out to the bowl game turf course with the rail at 17 feet, going 5.5 furlongs here. This kicks off the late pick 4, and Keith has a late pick 4 ticket for you starting right here in race 7.
Yeah, it's do or die early for this ticket, starting in race 7, our late pick 4. We're going to go ahead and single Delacour with Union Blues and Trevor McCarthy. Hopefully they kickstart us because we're going spreading like crazy. Race 8, 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, however many that is, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7 in race 9, and some outsiders in race 10. If this ticket hits, it's going to be a good payoff. The 9 and 11 got a firster, and the 9 and the 11 I think is going to improve a little bit better second time on the dirt. In a race, a lot of these horses don't look like they want to go 6 furlongs, but the key is going to get started here, Union Blues. If you can find one more or two more and find a buddy, and each you throw in $40 and try to get this thing started, it's going to be an honest payout, I believe, in the late pick 4.
All right, Union Blues, you get the leading rider, Trevor McCarthy. I try to beat the horse 7-5 morning line, but absolutely is the horse to beat, question mark about the turf, but there's some nice pedigree there, blinkers on for a strong outfit. I'll go with the 7, Don't Poke the Cat from the Robin Graham barn. Horacio Caramanos gets aboard this 2-year-old colt by Bluegrass Cat. A decent effort, I thought, last time in a maiden special weight race. Had an inside post, checked on the far turn at the 3.5 pole. A decent third that day behind some nice runners. I think a better outside post today. Both efforts on the grass haven't been that bad. The race back in July, that was a very tough race. First and third finishers in that race would come back to win. Great Bulls of Fire, a stakes winner now. So I think we're getting a nice fair price here on the 7, Don't Poke the Cat, who can improve from that last race.
Yeah, no doubt. Took up really sharply, Stan, leaving the far turn, lost several lengths, but made a decent little move, was trying real hard and made some progress from the 8th pole to the 16th pole. And then another horse, was it Recoil, came up flying late on the outside to nail him for the place. But a good try, I think, out in the clear, second time with third time blinkers. I said second time blinkers on the turf. This horse is going to be forward a long way. But Union Blues, my top selection. An excuse last time at Delaware, running off before the race, gets blinkers on. A good debut at Laurel. Had a good trip. Couldn't follow through. Holiday bonus just a little bit better. But By Union Rags is doing quite well right now. This mare, this is the first foal, but the mother's 2 wins came on the grass. They were going a little bit longer, going routing, but she ran in the lower 80s. The second dam, though, which kind of really swayed me here, Batik, a 3-time Grade 3 winner on the grass. This horse should really like the transition to the turf course today.
And the barn, 25% when getting on the grass for the first time. So absolutely the horse to beat there, the deserved favorite. You throw the 1 in there.
I do, yeah.
From the inside, Victor Carrasco aboard the 1, Speedy Slew for Trombetta.
Yeah, kind of like the angle of Linda Albert's horse on the dirt. I thought this horse ran pretty good first time out on the grass. Had to turn through really quick internals, faded a little bit late, a little middle move last time on the dirt, now back to the turf. I don't think this horse necessarily needs the lead, Stan. I think this horse can go ahead and sit, because I think Don't Poke the Cat, the 7, the speed's going to be to the outside, the 7 and the 10, Grandview, coming in from Saratoga for trainer Nick Essler with the blinkers on. Those two are going to be very forward. I think if Carrasco can get this horse to rate just a little bit, he'll make it move into the pace.
All right, very nice maiden special weight race there. In race 7 to kick off the late pick 4. Race 8, we get back out to the Exceller Turf Course, going a mile and a 16th here with the rail at 70 feet. It's a wide open 75 for filly and mares. I love a 10-1 shot in here from the Linda Albert barn. The 6, Is She It? She's an 8-time winner on the grass. She's made almost $200,000 on the grass. She wasn't in the greatest of form since getting claimed from the Jamie Ness barn, but second off the claim for trainer Linda Albert, dropping down to 75. I think the drop from open 15 to open 75 here, a pretty sizable drop. We're getting the Jose Montano board. I think she wakes up today in a big way at a nice price.
I know you've got 6-1-12. My original selections, 6-12-1. Now I end up 11-12-8.
Study long,
study wrong, and I'm going to be boxing 5 or 6 horses in this race, no doubt. Is she? My big question: why no Yomar? Yomar and Linda, they do okay together. That was my biggest key. He goes to the 5, so I'm sure I'm thinking way too much in this race, but I'm not going to not have Is She It? Maybe a couple bucks to win, especially if this horse goes off at a big price. Gulf Coast Breeze, Bernie Houghton, he does okay coming down here. Got a confidence builder last time at Penn. Has run well against similar type of horses. She might be the now horse. Done one, Jamie Ness. Is he going to get the win? He's trying to get that elusive first win here. The horse draws outside. We'll make a move. Gets that drop in class. We'll move into the pace. Just a little unfortunate last time when nailed at the wire. She is the one to beat. And Intrepid Alex. She goes. Race and shine. What's going to happen again? Are they going to get tangled up in a duel or not? Gary Cap, a good winner yesterday at a big price. I think she can carry her speed a little bit further. She kind of bottomed out last time numbers-wise. I think she jumps back up a notch today. 11-12-8, I'm going to use the 6. I'm going to use the 1 in there as well. you've got to go all over the place in race 8.
I guess my thinking, I like the 12 a little bit. My thinking with the 11 or 12, they might get caught a little wide there on that first turn. I'm thinking the 1 Holy Scat with Fergal Lynch aboard for Sibeli on the inside. He'll get a nice ground-saving trip. A good second last time at this level. And we should point out the 9 cracking good pins in race 8 does scratch, and that draws in off the AE, the 13 Mademoiselle Belle. Horacio Caramanos aboard for Reed Nagel.
No,
So
has a shot. Another one, going to be outside, but you look at this race, the setup. I mean, if the 8 and the 10 really get hooked up and go fast, these horses might be able to just make one big run, but most of these horses are just kind of, I don't want to call them plotters, kind of just grinding type of horses, more a high ground, the same thing. I think the 1 and the 3 should be able to, with good breaks, get really good trips, but they just kind of grind. This could be a really 6 or 7 horses at the wire separated by a length or two.
Yeah, it's a wide open race.
In race 8, that's how tight it is.
I'll go with a 10-1 shot on top. Keith has a 6-1 shot on top, both trying to beat the favorites in a wide open race 8. Race 9, let's go to race 9, our allowance feature of the day. First level allowance condition, 5.5 furlongs on the main track. And we have a video here of the 6 Sir Orinoco. First time gelding today for trainer Mike Girales.
Yeah, well, patience finally pay off. I mean, they've been trying to get this horse into a race, and it's finally go time at Laurel today. We're going back to Pimlico, and May the 8th in the maiden score off the claim, second off the claim. This horse really exploded the last 8th of a mile. Got a real patient ride by Trevor, was able to save ground, slip up inside coming to the 8th pole. When this horse angles out, a really good finish, final 8th of a mile. Something a little bit left in the tank, wind's going away, then was laid off a little bit, came back with a win, and then just, I don't know, the form just went away. First time gelding, fresh, working forwardly, gets a couple horses that are off of big races. Nye a big race, Daily News a big race. Maybe they kind of come back off of that bounce just a hair, and Orinoco, I think, will get a good tracking trip. Is fresh and ready to go. They've been real patient with this horse.
I like all your theories. The barn from a small sampling, but the past couple years they've done very well with horses coming off a layoff, 22% with a nice positive ROI. Small sample, but Mike Girales has been doing well with these kind of horses. I like the first-time geldings. Just a tough race here. I think the 3 Daily News and sharp form right now for trainer Katie Voss. Katie Voss having the best year I can remember in a long time. She's had multiple stakes winners in her career, multiple graded stakes winners, but 27% for the year. She has 3 wins from 6 starts so far this fall meet. All her horses are running well, and Daily News ran a big race last out, coming off a little freshening, and now they're stepping back up to the allowance condition with Carrasco aboard. I think the deserved 5-2 favored.
Yeah, last summer we really liked this horse. Called him second time out, and I thought he was going to be something, and he just kind of didn't really move up like I thought he was going to move up. And then the last race was kind of an eye-opener. The 79 buyer, they protect now back to the A other than probably the right move. But that was a big effort. Does he come back off of that a little bit? If he does, it brings him right in line with multiple other horses in here. Nye, Showalter, Gwynn Oak Park's kind of a sleeper type of price horse for Trombetta. I'm going to throw in the mix. We see Struth come off a long layoff. He's done this with these horses that have been off a long time. When he spots them in a kind of a protect kind of manner, they usually fire. They usually can they step up off of those prior races. So I think that horse is a sneaky shot with Pimentel.
The 7 Showalter. Showalter looking for a little Orioles magic. Couldn't find any up there in Toronto. Let's see if he can get it. Get some here today. Sharp effort coming off the layoff, breaking from the 1 hole. Much better outside post today with blinkers on. Toledo stays aboard.
Yeah, I guess they figure they need the blinkers. The horse ran really game on October the 1st, as you said. Broke a little step slow from down inside, but was able to kind of quickly accelerate, get into position, and battle every step of the way. There's going to be company up there for him, I believe. I think Nye's not going to be too far off of him. Maybe Rider on the Storm. Good race here, race 9. And Nye, you look at him. We questioned the couple moves on the turf. Now he went back to the dirt, and he really flourished there. But he ran okay today other than behind Gursky. His numbers fit.
Yeah, that race was
lots of different ways to go here, Stan.
Yeah, Kevin Gomez, you're getting that 5 pounds off here in race 9. He's going to be forwardly placed, breaking from the inside. That 5 pounds could could make the difference there in a nose photo at the wire. So the 2-9, nice 8-1 price. In race 9, nice allowance feature to kick off the late daily double. Race 10 wide open here, I think, Keith. Wide open. Maiden claiming 10,003 and up. 6 furlongs on the main track. I'm 6 deep here on my Rainbow Pick 6 ticket. Let's talk about my my top pick here, the 8 Supervisor. I'm going to chalk it up here, 3-1 morning line. A sharp second coming off the layoff, first time in Wayne Potts barn, last time at this level in the slop. We're getting a fast track today. David Amiss aboard. Probably won't be in front, but should have a nice stalking trip on the outside.
Yeah, and you shouldn't take anything less, I think, than 3-1 on any horse in this race. I mean, even 7-2. I might have this for horse line a little bit too low at 3. That's what kind of race it is. I'll take a shot with the firster, Robert Vukalek, owner, trainer, Stevie Hamilton. They combine Bo Vuk. We've seen this outfit. They don't run a ton of horses, Stan, but they're usually live first time out. And much like I talked about, got this 3-quarter workout in 117. A lot of these horses show they don't want 6 furlongs.
Right.
Hopefully this horse has got the bottom in him, and he'll just kind of steadily wear him on down, just kind of like the 11 Irish Handcuffs. Got going very late, was very far back last time out. I think this horse will be a little bit closer than what he was in the mud. But he was running okay at the end. Gets an extra 16th of a mile. I can see him getting into the mix. 9-11 too.
I like your top pick there. Cowboy Steve Hamilton. Trainer Bob Vukovic, breeder Vincent Brachelli, don't forget him. He's in the mix there. Nice old school 3-quarter work from the gate.
I like that.
Ruffian style. The 2, Fleeting Hope on the inside for Hugh McMahon, Victor Carrasco. Second last out at Delaware, second the time before at Timonium. Probably have a forwardly placed trip from the inside here at 6-1.
Yeah, the positive you take there, you know, the Guns N' Roses who came back to win, but once again, half mile, 5/8, might fizzle out just a little bit at the end. I've got to take a shot for, you know, the new face with a barn that can hit at a big price first out, and Irish Handcuffs, a barn that doesn't win a ton, but you know, picks up Gomez right on the bottom horse. Is it correct?
Yeah, 10-1. First time on a main fast track. Tried the turf in the mud. Now we're getting to the a main fast track here. Finally has some seasoning underneath them.
Yep, and I think we'll just kind of steadily make a run and get into the flow of things by the time they hit the wire.
All right, 10 races for you today. 6 races on the turf or on the Exceller in the bowl game. Turf courses today. Rainbow Pick 6, that starts race 5. Nice carryover, a little over $1,600. Ty Ellis will be on with me this afternoon. Keith will be up there
we'll be
in the press box watching the whole show.
Well, I'll be betting, I'll be charting, and we'll be doing everything up there.
Did you run the 5K?
I did not.
I took off this year.
No, I couldn't do it.
I'm saving up for the rest of the activities as Maryland Million Week is here next Saturday. Mark your calendars. The 31st annual Jim McKay Maryland Million, Maryland's Day at the Races. We hope to see you here. Dave Rodman, he's coming up here in a few minutes for all of today's changes. We'll see you back here for the opener.
All right, good luck.